Yeah, let's get into it, man. Yo, 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 hip hop heist. We are back with another live reaction. This time we breaking down Jay-Z and the Jane Doe to file criminal complaint. Who is Celebrity B? And Jaguar joins Popcorn Planet. So we gonna see what Jaguar Wright gotta say. She did call this but we're gonna take a look into the lawyer Busby and who and what he has to do. What's his background as a lawyer, and why is his name always on these civil lawsuits? So let's get into it, man. Hip hop heist. If you're here right now, like and subscribe. That shit helps out the channel. If you want to help out more, you could donate to the Cash App on the screen. And we're going to keep going right there, man. Let's get it.
Second, how would that extract a settlement from Mr. Carter if it's J-Lo? Like, as I read between the lines of this, Kim, sure seems like Spiro's alluding, making it clear, yeah, he's trying to threaten him and his wife. And if they don't, do it, he's gonna sue. Because again, leverage his public allegations against Mr. Carter to extract a settlement from her. I don't know. It feels connected to me. No, you don't see that?
I mean, the thing that I kind of sit with is that Spiro represents many celebrities. Like, we've seen him represent Alec Baldwin. We've seen him represent many others, and Elon Musk even. So I can't just assume that. And that's kind of my counter to that.
We can't. It's true. We can't assume things, but you know who's going to assume things, and I'm so excited for her to do it. Miss Jaguar Wright, welcome back to the show.
Hi.
I've been a bad girl this morning.
Oh gosh.
You are making the rounds. You're starting it all. You got you're creating. I've heard things. I don't know. I haven't watched everything.
Oh no, I went over to the Pascal show with about 5,000 people in the chat and said a bunch of libelous shit that I should be sued for immediately. I don't think it's gonna happen though.
But against who?
Against Mr. Carter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I said it over there, so I didn't have to say it here.
Sorry, Pascal.
And then I told everybody I was coming here.
Oh, poor. We love
Our love to Pascal.
We love Pascal's a good dude.
Pascal loved it.
He's on the show. We got to get him back. A plug to Pascal. I don't want to.
I got to sit down with Pascal as well and have a real conversation. I was just in a very heavy, troll hunting session because I've come across some information.
I appreciate you come here a little bit more contained. People notice it. They're like, Jag is very calm when she's on Popcorn Planet.
They say that about me here. They say that about me in a lot of places. But the
truth is, do you go in? What is now? I want to get to know you better. What is the goal of that? Can you elaborate? Do you have personas you're putting on? What is the motivation behind that?
Oh, absolutely. I'm different with everybody. I don't.
What triggers the differences?
Whether or not you're a real journalist or whether or not you're a troll and a disinformationalist.
Mm-hmm.
If I know you're on cash money bullshit, I'm gonna call it.
We all are. We all are. Are we not? We all got to get our cash.
I mean,
in
listen
some
to
capacity,
me,
but not completely.
Listen to me. There's one thing between being a successful content creator and being Lionel B.
Oh, geez, don't get me in trouble with him.
I'm just being honest. I get what I get. And a lot of times when I come into a content creator's house, it's because I've been sitting there monitoring the chat for about a week or two. Matter of fact, there's no link that I touch that I haven't studied for 3 months.
That's what she said.
I won't sit with you unless I know how your chat is ran, unless I've vetted all your moderators. And if I find certain inconsistencies.
She said, I'm not doing it. If y'all on some bullshit. Although Jaguar, what's crazy about Jaguar is she be saying shit and then it just be happening. So it's hard to just denounce her word because, what she says is happening. Like, and she was very, very strong about Jay-Z. And now You know, but then also the other side of that is that because she's been so vocal about Jay-Z, that lawyer and these people that are watching, you know, that have that money itch that need to get a check from they see money, you know what I mean? Cha-ching type shit. So because she's been verbal about Jay-Z, anybody could open up a civil lawsuit and try to sue. And you know, and that's what Jay-Z was saying in his statement, that anybody could sue civil. He dares them to go to criminal court and figure it out. But I mean, let's get into it, man. Bypass all these ads because they be trying to copyright me and shit. So yeah, let's get into it, man. Like and subscribe.
Well, I'm just gonna call you on it.
So what? I'm curious about this, and I don't. I'm that these are. Let me be clear out the gate. These are Jaguar Wright's opinions, not mine. Lionel B's been good to me. I don't like how he treated you and Natanya. I've said that to him personally, but I like to. If I gotta be with someone, I go to them directly. Jag.
He sent me a cease and desist, Andy.
He did?
Yeah.
When? For which?
Where is it, baby? It's in the email.
For talking bad about him for a specific video.
Yeah,
this is news to me.
Yeah, for disparaging him. Hold on a second.
Wow.
Let me get the email.
And you're like, I'm gonna double down.
Well, there's nothing to double down on. I haven't lied about him. And all he's done is publish lies. I haven't lied about him.
Do you think he knew? Because I'll defend him a little bit. I feel like if anything, he got in on what a lot of YouTubers do. He makes good content. He's a good editor, puts it together. I think a lot of people, myself included, sort of believed Misha for what things were. You really think he was doing that maliciously, lying about it, or do you think he was just believing Misha?
Absolutely. And wait a minute.
Lionel B, if you want to respond, I offer this to anybody. If somebody's getting called out of my show and you're watching, you're welcome. Ping me, text me. You can come on quickly to respond. Because I like people to defend themselves, Jag. But go ahead. Sure. Your opinion of this, what? Go ahead. You were saying. I just was making it clear. He sent a cease and desist to just stop disparaging him.
Yeah. After he made a video telling his platform that I'm mentally ill with no proof. More importantly than that, when people start disparaging people's like mental health diagnoses and things like that, why does nobody ask them to show proof? Like, why is it that content creators like Tasha K, Lionel B, and a few other lesser weirdos get to lie about people here on YouTube? Nobody says anything. Nobody reports it. And their videos never get demonetized. You want to know what's interesting? Real Life Productions sat down with D. Haven. Yep. You don't have a scar. Oh, wow.
Go ahead.
What?
Something just happened.
All that stuff.
Uh-oh. Breaking news.
Are we allowed to say? Do I want to see this?
It's not
safe for YouTube. What is that?
That's Lisha Fuller.
Doing
posting.
What? Posting what? I can't read it.
Saying when I'm alone. Oh, it's the ring light that's getting in the way. Hold on, let me see if I can.
When I'm alone. Okay, you need to translate. Here we go. So what's why is that shocking?
I'll read you the email. This is my what this may not be relevant considering what has happened in the last 24 hours, but I just wanted to put it out there. If you type in shaky with a 3, baby 90, it is Lamisha. There is a picture of her with her belly showing, and there is not a scar on it, like she was describing in one of the videos.
So that's for the Diddy era.
No, remember she said in the video that they ripped the babies out of her and they cut her like a zipper down her stomach. Oh, right,
there's no mark, you're saying. I can't see the detail because of the ring light and stuff, but you're saying the belly's...
If you want, I can
text
email
it to
you just so you can have it.
I'll send it right now.
But you're saying there's no mark.
No, there's no zipper mark.
I don't know about this story. Maybe someone could fill me in on the chat. She said Maisha.
From all of the babies that were taken out of her, like
I think even Lionel B had to come around and admit Misha was lying. He did do a video on that, it seems.
Actually, no. In the video, what they said was that she wasn't the woman in the shirt, but she was the woman on the table. But there have been plenty of videos that have been done showing the pictures. It's not Lamisha. So you apologize for not doing due diligence, and then you come back and offer more lies. That's not an apology.
So
That's
you don't think Misha was involved in any of those Diddy things? Do you think
No, I
she
do
ever
not.
was? So do you think that there was trauma from somewhere? You think she was just that was all performative?
I want to be very honest with you. Where she comes from and her long, extensive background in prostitution. Have you seen her record?
No.
Yeah.
Not one I know is definitive or that I trust.
No. I saw it. She's been arrested for
prostitutes
prostitution.
have like official records?
Yeah, you can go and pull up somebody's record.
Well, I'm serious. I'm not as averse.
Yeah,
to
all you have to do is
I
go
thought
into
that's all
the Dallas
anonymous. How do
County.
they keep a record?
You go into the Dallas County portal and you put in a name, and it'll show you if the inmate.
Oh, for like
Is
arrest
there-
for prostitution.
Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah, everybody's is public.
Got it.
she a regular.
I don't know why she's saying that this girl lied though. What was her name? Somebody put in the chat what
Regular.
What's she talking about?
So what's that mean? Because one could say if you're in that business, you are performative. Your whole job is to sell, right?
Yeah, but all of those things could have happened to her on a couple of tricks gone bad. They didn't necessarily happen with Diddy.
So you think she was sort of using real stories, maybe from her experience?
I think she's been infusing her own trauma throughout the course of her entire life, and from what I was told, and for what we're now finding out, because if you remember, she was talking about her grandmother was the one that let her go with Diddy and all of this and all of that, and then she said her grandmother was deceased. Her grandmother's alive.
I'm gonna get the name because I want to find out who she's talking about. Yeah, we're gonna bypass. Like and subscribe, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
And she said Lamisha's lying, just like her mother said. Lamisha's lying.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. If all this is true, it would be nice. I'll say it this way: it would be nice if Lionel B did a full-on. This was inaccurate.
He cannot
remove those
do
videos.
That. He cannot do that without admitting he was in on it. Let's look at the facts. Early October, I sat down with Pierce Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
I called Mr. Carter out and his wife.
Oh, yeah.
I made it clear that I have 3 of my own victims that I've been taking care of and looking out for, who will be, when it's safe, willing to testify against him for things that he did to me that I signed a non-disclosure agreement for that I can't address.
Whoa.
That's why I hate NDAs so much.
Wait, but
side question.
You could give it to somebody else. You could give the information to someone else, is what she's saying, and they could say what you went through.
Before I forget, Pierce have they reached out to have you come back given the new Jay-Z news?
We have spoken with the producer.
Ooh.
And what I will say to you is whatever develops from those conversations, you'll be the first person I discuss that with.
Hey.
That I promise.
You should tell them to bring me on. They've been ghosting me. I'll be back on that show.
What I will say is this. I have brought some things to bear that they're probably taking into consideration now. So let's look at the facts. I sit down. I say what I say. Vlad says what he says. Then Ariel Mitchell Kidd comes in. She had done one interview, I think, with News Nation right before that.
Correct. She was out there peddling there's a celebrity on tape. That's why Pierce's producers brought her on.
Actually, she was doing the exact same thing that they're trying to accuse Tony Busby of being an extortionist. She was doing the same thing. Tony Busby didn't get on a bunch of platforms and say, "Hey, I'm doing catch and kills. You want to come through?" He didn't do that. He established a hotline. And he reached out to people and sent demand letters to everyone, including Mr. Carter, right around the same time that I sat with Piers Morgan.
Oh, shit.
He knew that he was the other celebrity when I sat with Piers Morgan.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
That's very telling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, you know that you're the celebrity that got the demand letter. You refused to pay, just like Diddy, just like your best friend. Your best friend that Ronnie Bo has now attested to. Robert Kelly told him specifically, "You guys are sex partners." Yep. That happened.
Robert Kelly's R. Kelly.
Ronnie Bo's been messaging me, Rod. You attest to him. He's good to have on.
Yes.
Okay. I haven't been blowing off. My producers are telling me, "Oh yeah," and I've been meaning to respond, but
yeah,
I wanted to ask you. So you like Ronnie?
And he has been. I'm looking out for Ronnie because what's happening to him is so unfair. He got drug into this because he happened to be in jail with the same, person that ushered all of this into his life. He's a writer. He just wanted to help him and get his story out there. He wanted to believe in him. And then he dumps all of this information on him, and then he screws him over like Robert does to everybody else.
R. Kelly, for those, yeah.
Yeah. And now he's being targeted because of the information that was given to him. It's unfair. It's totally unfair. But when you look at all of the intersection, Lionel B called Natanya Rubin crazy because she didn't want to do an in-studio interview with him that he said would have been better if she had been there in person, but he didn't do in-person interviews with his own clients.
Yeah.
Misha and Adria. Why didn't he fly them to Florida to do a more cozy vibe like he wanted to do with Natanya Rubin? Spent all that money building that place just for Natanya?
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Why didn't you bring your people who you're managing, collecting percentage off of?
I mean, look, I just respond to this. I love Natalia, but this idea that he would try to murder her, I guess maybe tip it off.
Can I
to
be very
somebody
honest
else.
with you?
Did like
You
tip
wanna know
somebody
why
else off she's going to be here? Wouldn't that be like the easiest thing to pinpoint to him and make him, it's like the
Not
Luigi
if
guy
he's
just
a
got caught at McDonald's.
journalist. Not if he's a journalist and something were to happen to her after she left the interview. It would have also given him the ability, or the people that work with him, an opportunity in person to put an air tag on her. See, that's happened to me.
I see what you're saying. So someone could just like mark the car as she leaves.
There is an
now they can
internet
track
troll.
her, and there's no connection to him.
There's an internet troll that goes by the name OG Patrice, who I found out was mentoring with Clive Davis after I interviewed with her.
Oh, man.
She approached me the same way that Lionel B approached Natanya.
Excuse me.
She said she was a lifelong fan of mine, and she had been to all of my shows when she was living in Chicago, and how she believed everything that I was saying, and how she wanted to help me, and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And do you know what she does now? She sits online lying about me all day long. She actually got my address from one of the coworkers when she was working on my podcast, because I never gave her my address because I knew she was a troll. I just kept her close because I wanted to see who was running her. Guess what?
Jaguar.
I did the interview, and hitmen were dispatched to my hotel at the suite she put me at the Paris. When we tried to get out, when we found out someone was coming, they tried to hold up our luggage, lost our luggage, and would not let me get my car. I literally had to create a scene just so we could get out of there before the bad guys showed up. And she's the one that booked that hotel.
That's crazy. Hey, but if you ain't aware, you
now she's running around.
If you're not aware, you won't be able to even see that. You get duped right in front of the whole spot.
Online, trolling me and telling everyone how crazy I am and that I need to be on medication and that I'm insane. In order for her to be able to corroborate that, she would have to have my hospital records, which means she would have had to have broken the law. And anybody that's talking about my mental health diagnosis, understand this. If you have seen those paperworks, that's a HIPAA violation. You can be charged. Meanwhile, the last psych eval that I did with a court-appointed state psychiatrist said I was perfectly sane and able to stand trial and competent. And that's available on my podcast. So how is it okay for people like Lionel B and Patrice Garner, who literally doxed me, gave my address to a crazy YouTuber while she was stalking me and I was doing cooking content? They called 911 and the fire department. They didn't do 911 because they could have been arrested for that. They were out of state, so they called 311. So technically, they could not be charged. Ain't that clever? And then police were dispatched to my door and brought me and came because they said I was trying to unalive myself with my cooking knife. That very same woman that said she was my big fan and believed in me and wanted to help me, that very same woman who used to pump me for information about I'll Be Sure, pump me for information about Lunel, pump me for information about all of my celebrity friends, pump me for information about how many times I spoke to Gene Deal and when we were going to be meeting in person and if she could be there and where it was going to be. This very same person interned for Clive Davis.
Oh, shit.
And is also Natasha.
We know Clive Davis. I mean, from what the internet is saying, Clive Davis is the one that groomed Diddy, and then in turn just, Diddy did that shit to other artists.
Why now?
Well, I mean, you must be getting used to it by now, though. I mean, because it's horrible what you're dealing with. But do you start to notice quicker, sort of who to trust and who not to trust?
That's how I was able to pull the whole Lamisha thing.
Right. I mean, because everyone's, and there's a lot of people in the chat. You're not wrong. You've noticed it all. Like, it is pretty uncanny how much you've gotten correct. I mean, is that because you just have to deal with this?
That's the only reason we even watching Jaguar. Is because she keeps prophesying over shit that's happening right now. I mean, she prophesied about the Diddy shit, now the Jay-Z shit, and then who knows? I mean, Kendrick Lamar already prophesied over the embassy gonna get raided type shit. So Drake's next is what they saying.
For so long.
Yeah. I've been living like this for almost 5 years. Stalked, harassed, maligned. August 10th of 2023, the same content creator who doxed me also spoofed a phone number, used my voice for AI, and called in a very, very, very violent threat that had 10 DeSoto SWAT officers sitting on my godmother's lawn with AR-15s pointed at my head, ready to kill me. That's what these people do.
I think that's all very important here because people have strong opinions of you, is how I'll say it, right? But they got to understand where it comes from, which is this real trauma, this living on the edge like this. It's wild. So if I'm allowed,
beyond that,
yeah, for sure. But that's why I want to get back to some of these questions about Jay-Z because now it seems like something's finally turning. I want to make sure I've started. I want to officially get to we're going to start with this comments about Jay-Z, and I want to lead with that Pierce Morgan thing. So here, give me 1 second. 3, 2. We are here live with Jaguar Wright. It's been unreal already, but Jag, I want to get into this Jay-Z of it all, and I want to get into the Piers Morgan of it all. We got a lot to discuss.
Oh, let's bypass all that shit.
The weather, but still.
Real quick, man, like and subscribe if y'all out there, man. We're going to keep it rocking all night. I'm doing an 8-hour. And that's it.
That she's been putting out there. And look, you've been through a lot, as you've explained. But I want to get to the Jay-Z of it all, because as this lawsuit's coming in from Spiro, fighting back, demanding that the Jane Doe be named, all this stuff, more and more coming out. Now there's rumors of a criminal complaint might actually be sent as well. I sort of just want to pull back, though, and talk about just this again, because it's a big deal for you, Jaguar. Not a lot of people were out there sort of calling out Jay-Z. You literally were on Piers Morgan calling Jay-Z out, and Alex Spiro got Piers to cut it from the damn show. And now we're coming around full circle. And I guess I want to ask again, have Pierce's producers come back around asking to sort of right the wrong? Do you think they will? And would you go back on?
If we get to the point where we can agree, I will be doing an in-studio interview with Piers.
In London.
We should go
you get to go.
Way.
Cheerio, out to London.
Yeah. Well, I have family business to take care of out there, and I got a lot of stuff to do, so might as well get it all done at one shot.
But he is open, so there is a conversation to sort of right that wrong.
Well, I don't know how open they are yet, because I kind of reminded them about a few legal realities. The second that he issued that apology and did that retraction, it hurt my credibility.
Yeah.
I lost 5 interviews, and I was stalked online for almost a month. I have at least 500 thumbnails of people calling me a liar, saying that I embarrassed myself on Piers Morgan, I'm not credible, don't hire her. I lost work. I actually lost about $100,000 in projects. Yeah. You know, it's called tortious interference. When you intentionally go out of your way to destroy someone's credibility or annoy the people that they're doing business with so that they cannot earn a gainful employment or living. It's against the law. That's exactly what Alex Spiro did when he called Piers Morgan, knowing that his client was about to be fingered for graping a minor with Diddy.
Well, it's true, but it's important. I want to stress that, because exactly he was trying
to understand that,
you.
Alex. You made a phone call when you knew your client was under investigation for essay of a minor with a monster that just so happens to be his best friend. And from testimony that came from Robert Kelly, also your lover.
Jeez.
Wait, allegedly. Hold on, wait. Who's Alex Spiro's R. Kelly's lover now?
No. Jay-Z and Diddy. No, R. Kelly said that they all had interactions. That was a part of the club.
Right, but to get back to the Spiro of it, you, again, allegedly, I don't want Alex coming after me. Alex,
I know, but
Alex, you're saying Alex knew this lawsuit was coming, the Jane Doe, all of it, as he was out there canceling you with Piers, which is pretty awful.
That's called tortious interference. It cost me a hit to my reputation. It cost me money.
Yeah, that's wild.
Who's gonna make me whole for that?
Right.
I said it very clearly that the Carters are bad people. They're nasty people, and they do nasty things. Wouldn't what he's being charged with now fall in line with that? I mean, I could have dropped the whistle right there and said, you know, you're the one in that lawsuit. I could have went hard. I didn't. Y'all knew, just like I knew, that Sean Carter was going to be named. What happened? I got something on my mouth.
Oh no, it looks fine.
No, you know, I'm my producer is.
Oh, sorry. He's caught you. Yes, I'll.
But you all knew, and you tried to pretend. So why don't we get to why you were trying to pretend like you didn't know your client already gotten a demand letter?
Well, that's why I was just doing that because the show happened at end of September. But yeah, he would have had the demand letter by that point.
It was October, yeah. And it was also just a few weeks before the election.
Damn.
That he and his wife were backing the wrong candidate for. You know, it would have been really nice if Kamala could have won for a lot of people. Unfortunately, it only worked out for Jussie Smollett.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's the only person she gets to pardon. Her nephew.
What?
Who tried to set up a private meeting with me right before the election. Who wanted to meet me in person and wanted me to use a specific app. And then ghosted me when I didn't use it. They're not clever. They're persistent, but they're not clever. Nobody's seeing what's going on.
No, I see it. I see what's going on. But I guess my question is, why isn't there a criminal complaint? So he makes that argument, and now Tony Busby's coming out and saying, well, don't rule it out. It is coming. What is your perspective on this? Now, granted, the state prosecutor, everyone would have to actually file those charges, but...
My perspective, I think Tony Busby is smart. And I think the feds are very well aware of what he has. And I wouldn't be surprised if the federal authorities have informed him because of the dangerous nature and the habits of these very predatory people to keep everyone's identity secret as long as possible. And you know what? It was working up until Lisha Fuller. Now, all of a sudden, Anna Kane has to come forward. Now, all of a sudden, there's demands. Why are you working so hard for these people to be unveiled? And if this was going to be your course of action, why wasn't it your course of action when I sat with Piers Morgan?
Could have said it all right there, right?
Everybody, oh, look at what he said. Oh, look at what he didn't say anything. But what I am more curious about are the things that he said that nobody seems to be asking questions about. Two things that he mentioned in that counter lawsuit to Busby, I'm very shocked about. He mentioned Atwood, the Atwood show as a problem.
Sean Atwood. Hey, shout out Sean
He
Atwood.
mentioned Psychic.
Shout out Sean Atwood YouTube channel. Cuz made it to the big leagues.
And he also made mention of Yellow Beezy. And I'm sorry, Yellow Beezy. You know, I've never wanted to put you in harm's way. But if you've made harmful choices, then that's not on me. But why would someone like Jay-Z be talking about someone like Yellow Beezy? He's a local Dallas rapper with ties to the underworld. Lisha Fuller told Adria English that her boyfriend and her hang out at Yellow Beezy's trap house, which is a narcotics house where they do other illegal things. And she told Adria that it was supplied with minors and pharmaceuticals by Sean Carter and Sean Combs.
Wow.
Allegedly. These are all Jaguar Wright comments.
No, allegedly. I mean, please say allegedly, but I put all in recording. Adria English told me. Y'all recall?
Damn.
When she started talking about how she wasn't dealing with the whole Yellow Beezy thing when she found out that they were harboring minors.
Dude, is that news? Cause damn, that's crazy. She's saying Yellow Beezy. We know who Yellow Beezy is. Has he been any of this? Supplied by Yellow Beezy, Fudrin miners, harboring miners supplied by the Carters. That's crazy. Holy shit, Yellow Beezy. That's Yellow Beezy. We know Yellow Beezy. Why would Jay-Z be sending them bread for that? That's nuts. I mean, I do get the adrenochrome is real.
Nobody
Adria's
remembers when
not
I
a
brought up.
reliable witness.
It doesn't matter if she's a reliable witness or not. How would she know about Yellow Beezy?
Right.
And why is Jay-Z bringing it up?
That's some weird shit.
How does he know about Yellow Beezy?
So
He
connect
shouldn't
the
know
dots.
about that at
if
all.
you're gonna share the theory, what are you implying?
What I'm saying is this. If Adria is telling the truth, and I believe she is, because when I approached Lisha Fuller with it, she lost her mind. I don't know nothing about Yellow Beezy. I don't know nothing. You tell her. They're trying to unalive me. Y'all don't remember that on Atwood? She like to lost her mind. Nobody remembers that? When I asked her about Yellow Beezy's house. Yellow Beezy in 2020 was arrested and questioned and then later taken over by the feds for the unalivement of Mo3, who was a rapper that he was, going up against in Dallas.
This Yellow Beezy?
Yes, that's Yellow Beezy.
Okay. Yellow Beezy Mo3.
I remember when Jay-Z and Roc Nation gave him his first Maserati coupe. He used to bring it all the time up to the colonies to hang out at Mario Andretti Raceway, where I used to take the kids. I had friends who had a soul event that they would do, a neo soul event at a Lava Cantina. I used to see Yellow Beezy up there all the time. And that Maserati that Jay-Z got for him right after Mo3 died. If I am not
everybody
correct,
follows it as closely. So can you, for the dumb people in the back, what are you trying to say?
Mo3 was unalived in Dallas right around the election time, 2020, in the middle of the pandemic.
Wow.
There's been a lot of speculation on why the people that have taken his life have not been brought to justice. They've been trying to find a way to get rid of that. One of the YouTubers that helped set up his demise is the very same woman that exposed Lisha Fuller as a fraud. QT the Dean, who goes by the governess, who's a woman, who's a witch. Her whole show is about her talking to dead people. How is the same woman that lined up Mo3 the same person that uncovered Lisha Fuller? There's a lot of connection between YouTubers, Roc Nation, Bad Boy, and the cartel. But allegedly, and the reason why I'll say allegedly is because I know after I say this, doors is about to get kicked in.
Uh-oh.
Then maybe don't say it.
No, I need to say it.
Say that shit.
Because it's time for people to stop covering things up. I don't want to put anyone's life in jeopardy.
Yes, you do.
But maybe it's time for people to get scared about reality. So they'll start telling the truth. Trafficking minors and pharmaceuticals in collaboration with the cartel.
Wow.
Cartels, by the way, that have been linked to Roc Nation president or CEO Desiree Perez, allegedly, who's also unknown, especially from the feds.
These are Jaguar Wright's opinions. I can't confirm any of this. Just
Yeah, I know. But everyone knows. Roc Nation ain't nothing but a hip-hop cop shop. And all they do is set up their artists.
Goddamn.
I believe they set Beezy up.
Wow.
I believe there's a lot of unexplained questions that happened regarding the unalignment of 3. But that Maserati that you got right after Mo died, that came from Rock Nation, is extremely. Can I tell you this right now? If Jay-Z wanted to try to make all of this go away by discrediting real witnesses, by infusing them with fake ones, getting one of your alleged drug underbosses to find somebody wouldn't be a hard ask, especially when you have first-degree red rum charges still looming over your head.
Well, look, I don't know what to say to all that because it's all, I can't confirm it, but I want to let you say what you say. These are Jaguars. I do not just step back to
That's
this.
fine.
You did say specifically. So, yes, do you think there will be charges?
Absolutely.
Just to be clear, you do think there will be criminal charges?
Absolutely.
From the prosecutors, you think the Fed are already preparing to get Jay-Z?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What, and you think they're holding off to try to get more names, more powerful people? What?
Absolutely.
Why do you think the wait?
This is a fishnet of corruption. The question is, who's going to operate the net? And it ain't Mr. Carter. It ain't Mr.
Oh, shit.
Profit deal is a profit deal. You want to know the problem with making a deal with the government? The only person that has to honor it is you. If they decide to change their mind, there's nothing you can do about it. Ask Keefy D. All these years, Keefy D has been lying about the unalignment of Tupac. And up until his proffer deal was compromised, he kept that lie.
Damn.
And now look at him, stuck in jail.
That's what happens too. Is that he thought he was good, but if he lying about the whole shit, imagine that. You lying about saying that you did something, and they take you in on that lie, like you a fool if you lie, unless it's a little white lie.
Up and beat up.
Just kidding.
And his family's greenlit, and all of their lives are in jeopardy. This is real.
Yeah, it is real.
Look, it is scary stuff. Busby has
That's
said
why,
though, he is now.
It's kind of crazy that for Jaguar to get on here the last 5 or 6 years now, and to be spilling, spilling the information, whether it's true or not. Like, she got a major target on her back. You feel me? And it's not by one person. So, it's kind of, it brings you to like, just brings you to ponder on the thought that, hey, the rabbit hole does go deeper. This shit never,
considering it, I guess it's not really up.
This shit never ends. You feel me? And if you're here right now, like and subscribe, because that shit free, but it helps me and the channel and y'all. Much love
To him though, it's up to prosecutors, and you do think the prosecutors are going to go there. I guess the next question is, what about Beyonce? So like, and
I hate that dress.
What do you think of this Mufasa premiere photo op that they've dragged their daughter to? This is kind of despicable to me. They're using her as a shield, trying to get good press. What are your thoughts?
Well, that's what they do.
He said that is.
I find it funny that in his statement that he made, he started talking about how he was a family man, but nobody's talking about the fact that he is currently suing his first biological son.
Who?
To quiet him and put a gag order on him.
Who?
Why would he be doing that?
Jay-Z got a son?
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Ramir's mother was a minor when she conceived Ramir with Mr. Carter, who was a grown adult.
We gotta look this up, man. Fuck.
What kind of family man is that?
Ramir, Jay-Z.
You don't want anyone to know, you or your wife, don't want anyone to know who your actual biological children are, because most of them were created with minors while you were an adult.
Fuck up, bro. Who is this?
I gotta say, allegedly there.
You can say allegedly. He's been in court with this young man for the past decade, fighting taking a DNA test. If he's not your kid, take the DNA test.
Right.
For crying out loud, Janice Dickinson was running around telling anybody who would listen that Sylvester Stallone was the father of her child. He said she was a liar. He said she was a liar. She said he was lying. And then guess what? He finally took the DNA test. Guess what? It wasn't his kid. Guess what her excuse was? Oh, I was high. Simple.
That's probably
the young man is not your son. Why have you spent so?
Should probably take the test, right? Like just to get this man 30 who insists he is Jay-Z's illegitimate son. Y'all heard that right, man. This is, and it's over a year old, this article, so it ain't breaking news. But I mean, to me, this is breaking. Who insists that he is Jay-Z's illegitimate son, accuses rapper of abusing legal system for 10 years to avoid taking a paternity test. As he files new Supreme Court motion to unseal decade-long case, I will win. The law is on my side. Wow, bro, this is crazy to me. Every time I do a live with Jaguar Wright, I find out some new-ass information. Why would Jay-Z be trying to deny this for 10 years, bro? You just go take the test now. And that's it. Like, that's kind of crazy. Holy smokes. Jamie Summers said they're all creep.
Much money trying not to take it.
They sold their souls. Man, I definitely don't doubt that. It just seems like you would think, right? Like 10 years of that, denying or playing the system, because the system is run by money. Like, you just go take the test and get it over with and shut everybody up if you are correct. But if you don't know, that's when it's like, let me just play this system for a while.
DNA test.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Take the DNA test if he ain't your kid. You're such a proud family, man.
Right. Like, don't, if that is your kid.
But you want to sit there and take this.
If you, and like she said, you're such a proud family man. Like, if that is your kid, you would want to know, right? Like, you know, ain't no doubt that the baby right here, what's her name? The kid, what's her name? Ivy Blue, I believe, or Blue Ivy. She looked just like Jay-Z, bro. That is her. That is his kid. There's nobody denying that. But if you got a son out there that's been fighting you in court, I need to see dude's face, because if she looked just like Jay-Z, bro. I start thinking maybe she's not Beyonce's kid. You know what I mean? But she's Jay-Z's kid. That's Jay-Z. That's Jay-Z. But this kid, I'm going to look up the son right now. Y'all going to flip, I bet.
One child and use her as a publicity shield while you fight back the truth about your firstborn biological son? Because you don't want nobody to know that his mama was barely 15 when you made her a mother and you were a grown man.
That's why.
We're going to look into that. I can't.
Allegedly.
That's the first time hearing
Please
of
look
it.
into
Allegedly.
it.
Wow, so that's why. That's why he's hiding it. Because once they say, how old was she? Oh, man, bro, this is kind of crazy.
But I will look
Please
into
look
that.
into it. You don't know nothing about Ramir?
Yeah, exactly. I don't
Him
know
and Blue Ivy got the same mouth.
Oh, you better stop. That's what I was
just there's asking. No doubt that's his kid. Definitely.
Look, I just said that shit, okay? That's crazy. So she's saying that Ramir, the son, the illegitimate son, has the same look as the baby girl. What's her name? Kid, Ivy Blue. They have the same mouth. You gotta be kidding me, bro. I'm gonna look this guy. We gotta look him up right now. Ramirez, what's you know, that's unfortunate too. That's unfortunate because why would you want to deny? I mean, I don't know. People have their reasons. I get it. I mean, I don't really get it. Let's be real. But we're gonna find out right now. I called that shit straight up. Oh, hell no. This is the son? Let's see. He's a rapper too, of course. His dad is Jay-Z. Oh my God, no. Stop. Bro, that's his son, bro. Why he look like that? He look just like, oh, hell no. He got Jay-Z's nose. Bro, the lip right here, just even the cheekbone. Wow. I mean, I'm not a fucking professional, but bro, man, this is getting too deep for me. What's wrong with Raymir, man? Why can't he be the son? Not bad, bro. That shit is crazy. Yeah, look, Jamie Summers says Jaguar Wright isn't always right. Paul, that's a bar. Not Paul. That's a bar. Jaguar Wright isn't always right, but she's necessary. Yeah, I get that 100%. That's why you have to bring in some of your guard. You gotta put your guard up for some of the shit. But when they start breaking down the guard, like, oh damn, you might be right. You know what I mean? So I try to come in here with that type of mentality. You know, and Jay-Z's the GOAT. Man, Jay-Z's the GOAT. Dog, come on, bro. So that's why, you know what I mean? And you could tell the press is trying their best to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Like you could tell. But damn, I didn't know Cuz had a son.
She don't look nothing like her mother. She don't look nothing like her grandma.
She don't. Hard to tell. It definitely looks more like Jay-Z. But I want to get to Beyonce.
You want to know what's interesting though? You want to know what I do see when I see that little girl?
What?
She reminds me of one of his ex-rendezvous. She's the older she gets, the more she's looking. I don't know. She just looks like Kathy to me.
Beyonce didn't give this biological? This was a foster?
No. There was a surrogate. Beyonce still lies about it to this day. When she was allegedly 7 months pregnant with this child.
This is like Meghan Markle's kids.
She folded.
You know, there's a theory that Meghan Markle's kids are fake too, but you say them like Meghan Markle. Do you believe that one?
Well, I'm not going to say I like Meghan Markle. I'll say I like Meghan Markle for Harry.
Okay, good. That's better.
I like her.
We're going to turn you on hers eventually, but go back to all right, but I didn't hear about this pregnancy rumor either. There's a theory that she was a surrogate.
There is footage of Beyonce pretending to be pregnant with Blue Ivy, and she had on a dress and had a little baby bump, and when she sat down, her stomach folded over in half.
Stop.
That's when she was pregnant with Rumi and Sir. That is not when she was pregnant with Blue Ivy.
Oh, so these are real. The twins you think definitely were biological?
Yes.
Births. Okay.
Wow.
You're talking with Blue Ivy. Okay.
I'm talking about Blue Ivy and Blue Ivy specifically. Allegedly, Kathy White was pregnant at the same time Beyonce was.
Kathy White?
Well, but why? So, all right. So I'm humoring again. These are opinions, theories. This is not factual. These are Jaguar's opinions. But hearing you out and accepting that for a moment, why is she still there? Why would she put herself through all this? Why is she not speaking up?
Who, Beyonce?
Yeah.
Because she's in on it.
Do you think she's going to attempt, if she is in on it, which I'm not saying she is, I'm not confirming that, but if she was in on it, do you think she's going to attempt to try to get out of it?
Oh, absolutely. She's been looking for a way for the past year.
So
unfortunately, they just lost that. All that
Is she as
money on
evil and
that
complicit, or is she just sort of stuck in the road that she was in?
I'm going to tell you this right now. She's probably one of the most apathetic people I've ever met. She is apathetic and she is absent. She don't care. Long as she make it, she don't care. She don't care what happened to anybody. She ain't even shed a tear for Pimp C. She was so fond of him. But Daddy wanted her with the Jigga Man. There's a lot of lies.
Yo, Daddy won.
She was not pregnant with that girl. Everyone knows it. And when Blue Ivy was born at that hospital in New York, they shut it down for almost 48 hours. There were parents who had children when Blue Ivy was born that weren't even allowed to see their kids because they had the hospital locked down so tight. Nobody saw the surrogate come in. Nobody saw her roll out, and nobody has seen her since.
Look, again, theories, opinions of Jaguar Wright. I don't want to get sued by
but
Beyonce.
You can go and you can run it down and you can check it. You should also probably talk to Liz Crokin. Liz Crokin is the woman who was about to do an interview where Kathy White was going to expose her relationship with Jay-Z. And I believe she was going to announce to the world that she was actually pregnant. That would have been catastrophic for the brand that they were building. I just find it funny that she died the same weekend that Beyonce made the announcement that she was pregnant with a baby that she wasn't carrying with a fake baby bump on. These people are sick. And they will do anything.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, they're
you understand
sick.
Why I'm saying that. Don't get mad at me, Chad.
I understand why
you're
saying
it. They get so mad at me.
It.
Stop interrupting her. My lawyer tells me to interrupt her.
Listen to me and listen to your lawyer.
Of course. No offense, Jag. I will always.
This is the problem. Why is it that when I say these things, they chase everybody down but will not address me? And more importantly,
ooh, that's deep.
He didn't even mention Diddy at all.
Wow.
He's still not mentioning Diddy. He's being accused of committing a crime with Diddy, and he's still not mentioning Diddy.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Well, I want to get to Beyonce. Finishing up on Beyonce, these are Jaguar Wright's theories. Do you believe she could be Celebrity B? Who, in your mind, do you think could be this Celebrity B that everyone's thinking about?
In my opinion, it's one of three people. I'm hoping it's Mary J. Blige, because at least I can prove she's a predator.
Wait. Mary J?
Her relationship with Danny Boy was absolutely disgusting.
Oh, no.
She was a mid-20-something-year-old woman flying a 15, 16-year-old boy back and forth from Los Angeles for the purposes of fornication.
Oh, wow.
Why ain't nobody talking to her? And why is she going on tour with who they're now calling Diddy Jr., Neo? Why is nobody questioning her about that? I mean, isn't that what Diddy is on trial for? I mean, isn't that the story with Anna? They brought Anna underage, and then
That's crazy. Oh, let's bypass this little ad. Let's read some of the chat. There's a lot of pimps have gone radio silent since Diddy. Yeah, it's true, man. Shout out Jamie Summers. Really putting on for the chat. We're gonna keep getting it. It's another ad. Let me read one of these comments. Jaguar isn't wearing a stitch of makeup and she is absolutely glowing. The truth is beautiful. She's as stunning as her singing voice. Hell yeah. Shout out Jaguar, man. She got a big target on her. You know
underage,
I mean? So
and then they flew in, they did what they done,
and
then they flew it back.
Jaguar. Everybody just keep her. Yeah, keep her safe, man.
That's what they was doing with Danny Boy. And allegedly, there is footage of a threesome with Danny Boy,
Oh, God.
Mary J. Blige, and Diddy.
Wow, dude.
Honestly, I think it's Mary. Especially
again,
after that video that they had about her.
Mary J. Blige has been very connected to Diddy, let's not lie, but there's been no other, confirmed. That's Jaguar Wright's opinion. We're not alleging
Danny
it
Boy,
is Mary J., but it could also be J-Lo, could it not?
It could be, but I don't think it was her. I don't think it was her. I think it was Mary. Mary, Jay-Z, and Diddy were like this. They used Mary J. Blige to go out into the streets with her celebrity to encourage all of those hot rappers to come and sign to Bad Boy under terrible contracts where they were all robbed. She been a honey trap for years. She been working for Diddy and lining people up for Diddy since back when he was throwing parties at Howard University. Damn. All the way back to when Father MC, who she used to sing backgrounds for, his wife was unalived at one of Diddy's parties. She was stampeded to death.
Wait.
Mary knows everything.
I heard about that.
And I know Mary. But if anybody doesn't want to believe me, why don't you just look up some of the interviews on YouTube of Danny Boy, where he sat down, I believe it was Art of Dialogue, and talked about his very illicit and sexual and very well-traveled relationship with Mary J. Blige when she was in her mid-20s and he was 15 years old, signed to death row.
That's crazy.
This was also during the time where she also admitted that she was heavily on drugs. And she was drunk all the time.
Well, it reminds me of Russell Brand, who's trying to claim that he did nothing when exactly during that period. How could you remember, dude? I know people you did stuff with. But again, allegedly, to cover my ass, I don't know if that's true. It'll be interesting. But we're just speculating on who the name could be. You think it's Mary J., but how likely is it that it's Beyonce? You think unlikely?
I say 50-50.
So Beyonce over J-Lo. You think J-Lo is the least likely of the three?
I think so.
Interesting.
In my opinion.
So, because there's also Tina Knowles is out there saying, "Oh, my account got hacked. That's why I like this account, this news story of Jay-Z's," which to me is absolutely absurd.
Maybe she forgot how to use the internet. I don't know.
But do you think there is a version of this where Beyonce's mom's trying to get ahead of it and trying to, try to find a way out?
She would need to. How is she going to survive if they go broke?
Beyonce's got her own money too. Don't you think she could sustain the money without Jay-Z around?
What money? Everything is controlled by him. She's a shell corporation. Her, Rihanna, they're all shell corporations.
Yeah.
And we're not even going to get into the alleged money laundering. You got to ask yourself, when these people keep putting businesses out and they keep failing, and they're supposed to be so popular and so great at business, but their businesses keep failing. House of Deleon, the Ivy Park, this new joint, this $50 joint that don't even light up. Like these people are idiots, and everyone thinks they're all so smart. I don't understand.
That is a valid theory that I can't confirm, but it's interesting because you blow my mind a bit in the theory. If that's true, it's true.
Understand this.
That's terrifying.
That company just lost $500 million. And right after the Pierce Morgan thing, there was a news report that was going around in Europe that for whatever reason missed the news speeds here, that the very company that they're lying and saying he left 2 years ago, they told all of their employees to disavow all knowledge of Jay-Z having anything to do with the company.
Whoa.
And to do not mention that he was still working there. That was reported by Murad Morelli. And then all of a sudden, the news hits about the company, the cannabis company and the $50 joint that don't light up crashing. And they said, oh, yeah, well, Jay-Z hasn't been involved in this company for 2 years. Ooh, he dodged a bullet.
Pardon my interruption. Kim, can you step in for a second? I have my son's math tutors here. I have to go let him in. Kim, I'm going to put you on the screen with Jag to help me. I'll be right back, guys. Pardon me.
Okay, Andy.
No worries.
Hey, Kim.
Hi. It's nice to talk to you.
It's
Thank
nice
you so much for.
It got too real for Andy, bro. That shit got real right now. I don't know if y'all with me. That shit got real as hell. Man, I don't know. That was deep. I just learned that Jay-Z had a son. And Mary J. Blige is, ooh, man. So yeah, let's get back into the second part of the interview. Hip Hop Heist, man. We talking about the news, not the olds. Like and subscribe. That shit helps.
Being here.
It's
I
nice to
appreciate it.
meet you.
Yeah,
I've spent so much time with you. You don't even know.
And that's the thing. I know you've been a Planeteer for a long time, so it's really exciting to get to talk to you and everything else. I always don't know. I'm like, do people know of my existence or not? I'm not sure because I'm kind of in and out, right? So it's exciting to get to talk to you, and I want to thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to talk to you. It's very kind of you. Thank you for. I know you're very busy, so. Literally though, like you must be like the phone must be ringing off the hook for you at this point.
Honestly,
it's probably wild.
All of my devices stay on silent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't pick up my device until I need to look at it. And then if there's something in there that I need to look at, I look at it. But other than that, I've had to learn how to discipline my mind.
Yeah, it's
deep. We're gonna bypass this little ad real quick, like 5 seconds. Yeah, man. Let me know though how y'all feel about what we watching, what we hearing. A lot of y'all know it already, but it's just crazy to hear the updates and to hear it in real time again. Like I didn't know. I honestly learned something that I didn't know. Ramir Settleweight is Diddy's son. Like that's something that we're gonna have to break down, and maybe after this interview. Or another day, but yeah, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. I could completely understand that. I did have so Andy asked me to ask you a couple of questions, and of course, I did not have a huge amount prepared because I did not know this is coming. So I want to apologize.
Yo, Jamie, you said where is Chloe and Kylie these days? What? I don't know. Fill me in. What's Chloe and Kylie have to do with Jay-Z, or what? I mean, I guess you're talking about the Kardashian ladies. But yeah, fill me in.
If this comes off as unprofessional, ridiculous, that is not my intention whatsoever.
Everyone knows how professional you are.
I try. As it feels like running uphill and falling on my face, but I do my best. So when we go back to Jay-Z specifically, you've seen this civil lawsuit. We know there is the potential of a criminal complaint. Now, that doesn't mean that criminal charges are going to be laid, but it does mean that there is the possibility of it going into play. I can't help but think about the timeline that we've seen over the past year or so when it comes to Diddy, that it all started with a civil suit. And then the next thing we knew, we had more civil suits. And then we had a raid. And then we had an indictment.
Right.
And now there is talk of a superseding indictment. You know, the feds are saying he's still under active investigation.
Oh, yeah.
And all that stuff is going on. Is there any part of you that thinks that maybe we're going to see kind of that process start with Jay by any
Absolutely.
chance? Okay. So
I'm working as hard as I can to make that happen.
I understand. Yeah, it's I'm just wondering, do you think it's going to be at the same pace, or do you think this is going to move faster?
It's going to be different.
Okay.
And the reason why it's going to be different is for what I've been saying.
This is all speculation, everyone.
Yes.
We can't tell the future. We're just looking at, what we know and making our assumptions moving forward.
Jaguar can. I don't know. She sound like she could tell the future, though.
Exactly.
So, like I've been saying all along, when it comes to Sean Carter versus Sean Combs lacks impulse control. He is a megalomaniac. He is the Charles Manson of our sexual times. He is a weirdo, but he's effective. His barbary is effective. Jay-Z is a little more elegant. He's a little more well-rehearsed. He's a lot more disciplined. So when you take those two personalities and put them together, it's quite the mix.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
You know, I've always said to people when I think of this whole Diddy, Jay-Z, and my fight for real justice, it reminds me of the movie Kiss the Girls.
Okay.
You remember?
I don't. I am the complete opposite of Andy. I don't watch movies. That's I let him
So
do
then, this is long form, so we got a little bit of time,
Yeah,
right? Me
okay.
and you?
Fair enough. Yeah, go for it.
So let's try this.
Okay.
The movie Kiss the Girls was about an abductor who, you know, he would grab the women unlawfully, bring them to his lair, enslave them, and use them for physical gratification. And then when they became uncontrollable, he cut them loose and let them go out in the woods where they didn't know where they were, and then he would hunt them and finish them off.
Okay.
One woman got away. It's Ashley Judd's character.
Okay.
And when they found her, she made her life about helping the investigation as much as she possibly could to get the rest of those women because she felt bad for the women that she left behind.
Mm.
I think I relate to that character so much.
Yeah.
And as they went into their investigation, they started looking on a federal database, and they found out that there were similar crimes happening on the West Coast. This had happened on the East Coast, right? North Carolina,
Yeah.
but they were happening in California as well. So they said, no wonder we have a hard time catching him because he's going back and forth.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
They tracked him down. And what they found was they weren't hunting one, they were hunting two that were working together.
Okay.
But it was the sloppy one that they caught first. And it was the sloppy one who led them back to the smart one, who turned out to be a law enforcement agent himself, who was manipulating the entire investigation to avoid detection.
Yeah.
If my life were a movie, I would be Ashley Judd's character. Diddy would be the guy on the West Coast, and Jay-Z would be the elegant one, manipulating the investigation, protecting him and his friend, and their little hunting game.
See, I find that really fascinating because one of the things that I noticed about Andy, I'll give you the floor back in a second. I just have one other question.
You guys keep going. It's fine.
And it's that I was very taken aback by the statement that Jay-Z put out on Twitter or X, whatever the youngins are calling it now. Who cares? But basically, through that note, I noticed there was no sheer denial that I read. And there also, it seemed to be a bit rushed. I found the physics line to be a little bit interesting. So I don't know if he is the more quote unquote elegant one. It definitely seems like there is a level of concern here, or maybe a bit of rushing. I don't know. Like I'm expelling mistakes all the time, and I'm not trying to be judgmental on that. But it's, you know what I mean? It's a bit interesting that way.
Well, allegedly, Mr. Carter has the neurochip, the Neuralink. He invested when Elon Musk started first rolling it out to billionaires only. Do you know what you can do with that thing?
It terrifies me. I don't want no chip in my head. It's too much.
Without any devices, you can surf the web with your mind. You can make phone calls with your mind. You can create IP address after IP address after IP address and troll online. All with your head.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
Now imagine what that looks like when one of your other good friends, Barry, is a former president who gave you top security clearance with that thing in your head and $1 billion to play around.
Wow.
Sounds like the story got away from him.
Some scary shit.
And he had to do something fast.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Kim, because it is the statement. I'm just curious your thoughts as we look at it again, because it just feels really bad.
He did too.
Was there a second one?
No, the first one he snatched down for the first grammatical error, and he had slid in something slick, and then he snatched it down and he put that up. One of the other content creators that I mod for and research, he snatched both of them. I have them.
If you honestly do, I would love to see them if you could, because I'd love to compare that. That's the type of stuff. Like I try to keep an archive of all of these things so I can go back.
Oh, wait a minute. So. What is this? Oh yeah. Here is.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Oh damn. We're gonna bypass the ad, but stay with us. In 5 seconds, you're gonna be able to see the proof. It says Jaguar Wright is a warrior. She's speaking up, man. So you better watch it, man. You better not be mean to Jag. It'd be crazy if Jaguar Wright drives a
Let me move this ring.
All right, let's get back to it though.
Here's that. Hold on a second. Let me move this ring.
Yeah, we want to see that, Jag.
The beauty light. It is the love and the bane of our existence, isn't it?
Man, she about to show us some proof. Like and subscribe real quick, man. That shit helps out the channel, y'all.
Well, hopefully I'm not too ugly without it.
You're gorgeous. You're fine. No
so
worries.
This is the cease and desist that I was telling you about that Lionel B sent. So if you want, Andy, I can email that to you.
Okay, yeah. I mean, look, I don't care. We're moving on from him.
Okay, no, I promised.
I'm curious.
I'm
curious.
Hey, don't be rude, Andy. Andy turned red, bro. I think Andy's a little nervous right now because he's hearing truth. Look at why is Andy so fucking red? This shit is getting intense.
It went down, yeah, just so I could be in the loop. But
well, yeah, no, I would just like for you to see it for yourself, so this way you could examine it, and this way, if you want to ask me any questions, you can.
Okay, no, I will check it out. But back to Jay-Z.
But back to this letter. Yeah, hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out. I got a lot of devices.
If you can't find it right now, that's fine. I don't want to put pressure on you. And I know how it's like when everybody's like, find it. And it's like, why can't I find it? It's so stressful.
Oh no, it's just
I did watch a documentary on Neuralink. Shout out Jamie again, staying with us, keeping us up to date. The dude that had it, he was disabled. But again, like you can never rule them out as to what they can do as far as these tech people, like, you know what I mean? It is for disabled people, but you know, I'm sure they could do a little extra with it. I mean, just look at what like NIH, National Institute of Health, is doing with the monkeys and reading their brain. Like, that's a whole nother.
I have 8 different devices.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, and there's one that I use for screenshots, one that I use for
that goes back to what Jamie was telling us earlier. What she said, Jaguar Wright isn't always right, but she's necessary. Because there is distraction in the vibration that's being emitted from Jaguar. But if you could read between the lines, like, you know, there's some heavy truth in there, and that's what's unfortunate, because the truth that she is emitting, you know, is not. I mean, it's the truth, so you got to take it as it is, but it's not easy for, you know, us to digest, like, no matter what, because we are a human being. You know what I mean? The word hue is color, being is what?
Hold on, let me see.
You finished.
Is it in this phone?
I've got a few different computers for different things for this job. I know what you mean. It's
you
gotta have some stuff separate. It's too much to have on one thing.
Not only that, if you get hacked.
Yes. Jamie said, evil creeps are on the way out. I believe in people. Same, man. Like, people. It's just that, man, it's unfortunate. It just sucks because the people that you look up to as kids, you realize as adults, like, oh shit, they're as traumatized or even more, than we are. It's like we can. I think it's they say money is the root of all evil, but I believe it's even deeper than that. Money is a tool. Um, you know, it just amplifies like what kind of trauma you got in your brain, possibly. But I'm not a fucking doctor though. You feel?
You can't.
Yeah.
You should never have. I'd rather one of my devices to get hacked than have everything in one device. And
I hear
All right. Jamie said Isaiah 5:4, verse 17.
you. Yep.
So you know what? I'm gonna have to check in my other. Oh wow,
No
that fish
worries.
looks good.
No worries.
But anyway, we can talk while I'm
Yeah,
surfing.
It's fine. It's fine.
So you were saying, as far as
the response here to me was just very interesting. We've discussed this, but it felt very aggressive. Which, look, if I was innocent, that's what I'd want to do too. To be fair, like there is a little bit of but too much deflection, and as Kim said, not a flat out like this is bullshit. And I'm still stuck on the fact that he never condemned Diddy. Like
here it is. Okay, so yeah, this is the first one. I'm trying to think if there's timestamp here. Hold on. So yeah, this was the first one. My lawyer received blackmail attempt. Yada yada yada. Okay, let me see, because I think on the second one there was like a different change in the grammatical error of it. But if you want, Andy, I can send you both that I got because I screenshot both of them. But yeah, I do have it right here. And in this one, he had changed the parentheses on a few things. Yeah, so he was definitely rushing because he put up one, and then when he noticed the grammatical error, he put up another. He took that down and then put up another one immediately, but he still forgot to spell check physics and psychic.
Oh yeah, he did spell that wrong. You are right.
But I'll send those to you. Yeah, I grabbed them. I got that information from one of the content creators that I'm out at, Ticket TV. Yeah. He's doing a lot and saying a lot. But I've been accused of a lot of things. And anytime I've been accused of something that I know is a flat out lie, I say that's a lie.
Right.
I didn't do it. I don't get anyone to say it for me. I don't hire a lawyer. I don't get content creators to vie for me. I say it. Wow. Why hasn't he said it?
It's very odd. And why hasn't he sued you? Do you think, is there still a potential they will go there? Do you think you're threatening them enough? Or do you think they're deathly afraid of discovery?
So, because the beautiful thing about being sued is I get a day in court. And when I get that day in court, regardless of my
it's over.
Non-disclosure agreement that I signed, if I'm being forced, then I guess the judge will have to figure out how to get around that.
Wow.
Which is why I've collected other victims, protected them, kept them safe.
God damn. Collected sounds crazy, Jaguar. Let's not say collected victims.
So just in case I can't legally say everything, they can. I don't blame him for putting plants into my life. I don't blame him for what he's doing. He's desperate. That's what desperate people do. They do desperate things. But when I heard about how he's using these same gaslighting and stalking tactics with Tony Busby, who he's calling an extortionist, and meanwhile, Ariel Kidd, who represented two of the bum Diddy, I've got this and I've got that witness, victim, whatever case, now she's gone.
Wow.
Then why isn't Diddy going after Ariel Kidd for extortion? Because she was doing the same thing that. And he wasn't doing commercials about it. It's not adding up, is it?
Nothing's adding up in this case. There's a lot of questions.
But what I will say is, for the 55 different accounts that I have now identified as doing round-the-clock disinformation for the Carters? I want to thank Sherelle's World for giving me the information that she gave me.
Jamie in the comments said they're doing to Sean what they did to Mike Jackson. Who are they? So explain that, Jamie, if you could, because Mike Jack, I believe, was for they got him out of here, right, for power and ownership or financial reasons, right? Like, I believe he owned a bunch of catalogs. Or something is what I can't really remember exactly, but if Jamie could explain, like, they're doing to Jay-Z what they did to Mike Jackson, or doing to Diddy. Oh, Diddy, got you. I see what you're saying. They're both Sean Carter, Sean Combs. That's interesting.
About the email list of the 10 main content creators who share and work stories together to do disinformation for Jay-Z. Sherelle actually just sat online and told everybody that she knows for a fact that Jay-Z has a team online, and that if you go against him, they're going to take your channel. Why?
I mean, he'd be doing that already. Whose channel has he taken?
Well, he's hired people to take 7 of mine.
Take them down like they YouTube shut them down?
Yeah. I've lost 7 channels in the past year and a half that have had very evident, like real evidence of me being gang stalked, swatted in real life. And he employs these weirdo, content creator avatar people who will never show their faces. He actually got this girl to screen record everything that I do, to watch me around the clock, do anywhere from 5 to 8 hour broadcasts on me every day, take all of that, screen recorded my content, put it up on her website to publish it as her own, and then send in copyright strikes to YouTube with fake names.
People doing that
to terminate my channels for copyright strikes with my own content.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
And YouTube let it happen 7 times. The funny thing is, every time it happened and I monetized the channel, it happened right before they had to pay me. Isn't that interesting? Meanwhile, I got a bunch of trolls running around talking about, Jag, you don't own your name. We own your name. And we're going to make money off of your name. And you're never going to make any money ever again. We love Jay-Z. That happens right here on YouTube. Unfortunately for Lionel B, he works with a lot of those people. Federal wire fraud charges are not a game. All that Cash App, all those super chats, all that alleged money laundering where people is sending in money on super chats and then collecting it on payday. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the Jay-Z sector on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that. Those happened in a lot of other sectors. There's always, the Johnny Depp phase. There was the whole Amber bot army. It was nuts. It was nuts. So I can't confirm or deny those specific, but I know I believe that it's possible.
You know it happens.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I would not be surprised. I have my own haters that I'm confident are monetized. That just literally watch all day. It's crazy.
Somebody tried to come at me about you again, and I'm like, leave him alone. When did everybody get so obsessed with what people does with their body parts?
But that's what's so frustrating. That's not even accurate.
Listen to me.
I don't even know what they're telling you, but I'm telling you it's not accurate. But I don't like to fuel the haters because they just fuel an attention. And it's weird. Your haters are sometimes your biggest fans, which is the crazy part of it.
They're sycophants. They're sycophants, and they've made trying to make you miserable their reason for living. And I want to say something to all these trolls. You disparaging people that you don't know and have never met and lying on people that you don't know and
endlessly
you've never
for
met,
years on end.
that makes you pathetic.
And a troll and harassing the harasser and the bully. They don't seem to ever not acknowledge that they're the problem.
You need to play that Mariah Carey. Why are you so obsessed with me? You need to play that,
Yes,
Andy.
I do. Well,
For
but
yourself.
I see it as success. You realize, oh, we're actually when you're at that level, like, we're successful if somebody devotes that much time to hate on you.
It's
You
wild.
have to sort of look at it that way. I have some super chats here that I want to make sure I don't forget while you're here, because there were some of these questions. So hold on, let me just make sure I'm catching back up.
Wow, so that's an hour and a half. At least an hour and like 20 minutes of Jag going. Maybe an hour 15, but I want to know from y'all, man, I want to know from y'all what y'all think about what Jag is saying, man. Put it in the chat. I really want to know what y'all got, what y'all thinking. I mean, I did learn something new about Jay-Z's son, but I mean, it is allegedly, right? Let's do that. I mean, y'all motherfucker. You feel me? Like, you be the judge of that, but come on. Although the ears are different, right? Jay-Z's ears are back tied to his head, but these ears come out. So this would be the mom, Jay-Z's and why would Jay-Z be oh hell no. Okay, so this is them when they're young. Side by side. This is Jay-Z. This is the son. So yeah, oh hell nah. Mari says in the case Mari. Who watched Mari? Let me know. In the case of young Ramir Swelterweight, whatever cuz name is. Jay-Z, you are the father. Oh hell no. Oh hell no, that ain't my baby. That ain't my baby. Alright, enough of that. Let's get back to it.
Pika, thank you so much. Finally got 1 year mark after being here 2.5 years. My God, that's what's also amazing about this channel, Jaguar. I have subscribers here who are 3-4 years old. Amazing, Pika. Congrats. Thank you so much. When I think of you, don't mess with Kim. Amen. Kim's a badass. We had 2 new members. Thank you, Itty Bitty Kitty and Aline. Matt Ham says, Jaguar is here. I can't wait for this. Well, I hope she delivered.
Wait, is Kim the white girl? Jaguar, they said don't mess with Kim. Nah, Jaguar will f Kim up. Don't you ever tell Jaguar not to mess with Kim, bro. How dare you? Don't you ever tell Jaguar.
She's been delivering. Itty Bitty Kitty also stopping by to show love to Jag, Andy, and Kim. Well, thank you, Itty Bitty. Jaguar Wright needs professional help.
Gorgeous, bro. I don't know what y'all talking
That's
about.
from Second Coming. Do you know that one? Is that a troll of yours?
Yeah, that's one.
Jaguar is amazing. Wait, oh damn it. Okay, hold on. We're zooming too much now.
For the trolls from the Jay-Z sector.
She's Jaguar Wright. Move on with your life. I love when people tell you to move on as if they know better.
You want to know what I find funny?
They know what's best for your well-being.
No, but it's not just that. How are you telling me to move on when you're following me, stalking me, talking about it yourself?
You paid me $30, so I'm good. I actually can look up that. I'll be able to build, since they bought a super chat, I can tell you I think more of their ID. So, let you know, they don't realize as they troll that they're using a credit card to troll.
No, but it's just so funny because it's like, why would you spend that much money on someone that you proclaim to hate?
I'll take their money. I'm happy with it.
I'll take your money, but
Citra, I'll split you on that. I'll cash app you half of that one, Jag. Easy. And make sure you cash app Jag. Jag's bread number 2. She didn't ask me. I gotta say, Jag, let me say this. I've had guests on here that are all about the dough, and they make me do things and say things. It's very off-putting. I'm not going to name who. But Jag has not done that, has not asked for anything. I appreciate her, and I'm asking you to support her because she was right. She deserves a victory lap. Go to Cash App, Jag's Bread 2. Mods, put the Cash App sign in there. If you're not using Cash App, sign up and use my referral code. I'll get $5. Send $5 to her. You'll make $5. We'll all make $5 if you use my referral code. It's on my link tree, so no excuse. We all basically can get free money. If you've never used the Cash App, head on over there. Use my code FLLXGHD. You'll get free cash. I get free cash, and send Jaguar some cash. We all win. And Kim, send it. Oh no, Kim's not on there. Sorry, she doesn't use Cash App. Cash. We all win. And Kim, send it. Oh no, Kim's not on there. Sorry, she doesn't use Cash App.
Kim needs enough money to go and have a spa day.
Yes.
Why did I know she?
We need to raise money for Kim to have a spa day.
Spa day.
That's what white
I'm all for it.
Oh.
I bitches love a spa day.
My gosh.
I'm raising money for my legal defense fund because my cases are about to be dismissed. And
well, if anybody sues you or someone tries to shut your channel down, you better come here immediately so we can rally the troops because there's no way we're letting that happen.
Well, you know, we've been fighting the good fight, and Odell is just brilliant. You know, he really, really, really knows how to maintain home ground. And if you try to take something from him, he's going to make sure you're stopped. And I'm grateful for that. But when I think of the amount of reports that he's had to send in to save this channel, like literally a troll just said the other day, Danny Robertson, she's about to shut your channel down just like she did all the rest of them. And I said, why? For what? Like, why?
You can't make sense of the trolls. You can't.
It's ridiculous.
She'd like to get on panels and fluff. Ask her to provide receipts for her allegations that she has been spewing. I don't even.
Oh, you mean you want me to give you receipts and give you names so you can go and stalk and do disinformation on them like you guys are doing Anna Kane? No, thank you. I'll pass.
I agree more with Mary, who says Jaguar is a warrior. Much love and respect. Amen. Ray, are there time limits to SA prosecution in the U.S.? Kim had more on that, but she's not here. When she comes back, Kim, right?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm helping out in the chat, so I'm typing.
In New York,
and I don't want
there's
to
like a
make
time
noise.
limit on whether you can the prosecution. She still has it. From what I asked from John Witherspoon as well, attorney at law. Yes, they could still file a claim. Correct?
I don't know the legislation specifically for every jurisdiction because my understanding is that it's different. However, TMZ did report this morning that, and this is a quote, per New York state law, there is no statute of limitations for alleged victims to file a first-degree felony R complaint. So, and there are a few other things right now in this other district of New York of like.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
That's okay. Bless you. The gender motivated violence. I think that one might be done. There's a few other ones that have gone on. I'm sure there is a way that they could file, but it's just finding the right way and depending on where they are.
Oh my God.
Basically.
There you go. Okay. Going back, just catch up on these. Maggie, the Black Owl. What's up, Jaguar? Remove your earrings, please. Oh, she's right.
Oh.
I meant your earrings bang on the there. I should have said it earlier. I noticed it. Then she was on a roll. But yeah, it happened in the last show. Just be aware those earrings bang the mic.
Amazing. She's such a wonderful content creator. And
now I can't hear you. Push the mic closer.
How's that?
There you go. Now you're better. Say
Much
again.
better.
Okay. No, and Maggie is amazing. She's my new, morning coffee buddy. I get up in the morning, I make my coffee, and when she's live, I sit down and listen to her. She's so informative. I love her. She's amazing. So thank you, baby.
Yeah, Maggie, I appreciate Maggie. We agree. Maggie, can you and I go get Jaguar Wright to get on the right side of Meghan Markle, please?
Oh, well, I am on your side. I know she's a lying bitch, but she's not my problem.
Don't like her. I don't like
That's
her.
Harry's problem, and he loves it.
He's a fraud.
He loves it.
They're getting divorced. It's happening. It's over. It's all. That's just a for show. It's like the Beyonce Jay-Z brand.
Yeah.
They're trying to pitch themselves as a fake royal couple. They're
The
on their own
second-
downward spin.
The second that they moved into Tyler Perry's house, I knew they was in trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you on one of these days. In fact, just because I'm plugging myself as we take a moment, we're coming back. But for those that don't know, thanks to Steph the Alter Nerd. Wait, why is it not? What is this? Come on.
Oh, I love Steph.
Come on, there it is. I have a whole popcorn palette. Look at me there eating popcorn with Meghan and Harry. If you haven't yet subscribed, come on, let's get us some more subscribers and get it. We're so close to 1 million. Get her over there and get Kim. I'm gonna make Kim plug your channel over there. Make sure you support. We got a lot of people watching, but Popcorn Palace is where I get to go talk about the Royals. I just posted one today, and it's good. So yeah, I'm not a fan of her. And it's Kim. Real quick, since we got a lot of eyeballs, it's Kim. Plug your channel, please.
Hi, I'm It's Kim, and I talk about pop culture topics that I care about, and I go really far into context, probably too far, but that's okay because context matters, and we need to know what the heck we're talking about. I also.
But do you really care, Kim? You said you care about these topics. Do you really care? I don't know. We must find out.
Do fun things in each of my streams because life sucks and it's depressing, and sometimes we need things that make us happy and make us laugh. So I usually do the shows about twice a week, sometimes other times, and usually Mondays and Wednesdays, and we just have a good time. So come and check it out. You have a good time.
You will have a good time. So support It's Kim. There we go. As our plugs. And Jaguar Wright's got a channel if you aren't subscribed. The Jaguar Wright Effect. Crushing it over there. 100 videos already. Almost 31,000 subscribers.
Fantastic.
Make sure
Yeah, I got a channel too. Hip Hop Heist. Subscribe to us. You feel me? If you're here, like it. If you're not, still like it. But if you're here, subscribe as well, man. We appreciate you. Hip Hop Heist. Let's keep it going. Jaguar Wright's almost done. So
Do a members only live jam session.
public.
Oh, they're doing members. You know membership.
Duet of Man in the Mirror, right, Kim?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Got to make
Absolutely.
it happen. Someday, one of these days, gonna figure.
Jamie, you still with us?
We'll do it, and we will make that. I want the gravy. I want the song. It's gonna happen one of these days.
You should.
Hi, Deborah. Hi, Kara.
I would be honored, or maybe
And let me
London.
interview you.
Let's do London. Maybe I'll get on there.
Well, you would come to London when we go?
Yeah, keep me posted.
That would be fun.
Loop me in. We'll see what happens. But either way, at some point.
You want to hang out with me in London?
I love London. I just came back from London shooting my Meghan and Harry documentary. I interviewed the people out there about, do we hate Harry and Meghan? And got the real people to answer.
Oh,
It was fascinating. And I was supposed to go on Pierce's show, but they were too busy.
Oh, really?
They keep telling me I'll be back, so we'll see. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. But anyway, but they're good. The producers are good. I like them. I like the show. But it was very fun out there. I do like London a lot. It's a good city. People. Londoners,
oh my God! From the east side.
Yeah, you can't. But you got to be careful. You can't just do a meetup. I was gonna say, oh, let's do a meetup, but you probably are a lot more careful about that because you can't just announce it. Or can you? Do you do shows, right?
Most of the stuff that I try to do now is virtual. But I will be doing public shows again. I had to stop because one of the last shows that I did in Houston, there was an attempt made on my life. A light fixture fell from the sky and almost injured my keyboard player. The part that bothered me the most about it is that it fell from the stage plot where I was initially supposed to be standing, but we changed it last minute.
Wow.
So yeah, that was the last public show that I booked, which is why we're working on developing, cruelty-free artistry and setting up our own booking agency as well.
Okay, I want to ask you about that because that has been a big thing that I've seen in so many of your interviews that you talk about it. And then because you're talking about other things, you have to move on to other topics. And there's so much talking about other people and other experiences. For you...
Hold on, we got to move on real quick, Kim. Sorry, I have another... No, just kidding.
I am going to throw something at you from
please,
Canada to Florida. No, okay. But can you explain to us what the Cruelty-Free Artistry Project is, what it encompasses, and in your wildest dreams, what it will become? Because I see so much passion with you when you talk about this, and I think it's so important to see.
Real quick,
Well,
if y'all out there, man, like and subscribe, man. We almost done with this interview. and then and Hip Hop Heist Live. Yeah, just like and subscribe. That shit helps us out, man, and it's free. You feel me?
Organization that me and my fiance, Wolfgang Amadeus, as y'all also know, is Odell. When we first got together, we were sitting down talking about, what I'm doing and what he's helping me do, what he's been doing on his own, and ending, all of this pain.
Mhm.
When I look at all of the artists and all of that great music that everyone loves.
Ooh, she's getting deep right now. This is the conclusion. So y'all stick with me.
I've said this before. How many of those albums could we put a cruelty-free stamp on and it would be the truth?
Mhm.
Not a lot.
That's creepy.
Everyone's talking about the crimes and everyone's talking about this, but no one's talking about the art. Because the art is the greatest victim. Because we've been allowing art and culture to be manipulated by evil industry and ruining the beauty that it creates for the people that create it. When you think about Justin Bieber,
Oh, no, Justin.
when you think about Tevin Campbell, how are they different? Tevin had Quincy and Justin had Diddy. How is that different?
Creepy.
When I think about Orlando Brown,
Oh no,
I don't see any difference between him and Judy Garland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or even Shirley Temple. And I think people keep forgetting that L.B. Mayer was Diddy before Diddy. This is traumatize and monetize. That's the one thing that Kanye said that I truly agree with. We traumatize, we monetize, and we use beautiful things that God meant to bring beauty and fellowship and inclusion into our lives to create dissension and chaos and pain.
Wow.
So what we're doing now is we're looking for the right location, but we want to build a house and a digital space where if artists do not want to have to sign a Rock Nation contract or a Bad Boy contract, they can come and work with other artists in a cooperative environment where we're not only highlighting each other, but supporting each other and building our own music community that is direct to consumer.
Yes. Yeah.
And in
like
this
making
digital
it,
age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Okay,
like making an ecosystem as opposed to.
This is the first time I heard Jaguar talk about what her plan to do is with artists, which that makes me happy because we're always ready to listen to the dark shit, but what are we gonna do about it? What's the solution-based idea or plan to execute? You feel me? Because bro, the last thing anybody wants is this shit happening to them, or being groomed, as they say, like Clive Davis and Quincy, Diddy, all that shit. Like, what are we gonna do about it? You get what I'm saying? Like, what are we gonna do about it for the future?
A competition game.
Absolutely.
And I would also assume that with that, you would probably be an advocate for artists owning their own music, owning their masters.
Oh, absolutely. It would have to be that way.
She's an artist.
Yes.
For someone like me, it would have to be that way.
I do. Yes, absolutely. And I think that's the way that it really should be at this point. One of the things I've been really encouraged to see over the past number of years is how many artists have chosen to go independent, and have been able to actually make an impact using social media. So they don't necessarily have to have a distribution company. They can do it themselves. They don't have to collaborate with a record label because they can get their own Spotify account.
Except for
it's
one
really
thing.
cool. Okay.
There are plenty of artists that have tried to do it, and what have happened to them? Why is Tory Lanez still in jail?
Ooh, that's deep.
That's a complicated question, I think. But
because what I do know about before he went to jail
was that he dissed
July 2020.
He told Rock Nation, "I don't want your contract, bro."
21. He turned his personal catalog into NFT. And he made $1 million in one day.
I remember that.
And he got on his Instagram feed and he said to everyone, you ain't got to deal with them. You don't have to sign that Rock Nation contract. I can teach everybody how to do this and everybody can be a boss. You don't have to bow down to them. And then the next thing you know, Corey Gamble is taking him over to a Kardashian den. And then there's this terrible thing. Everyone was drunk and high out of their mind.
Wow.
And how much of that money that he made, honestly, legitimately, as an independent artist, trying to break away?
And now he's in Corcoran or Delano State Prison, which is in California. Cuz is from Toronto. Now he's locked up for 9 years. And she is tying it to him creating the NFT, saying fuck all the big labels. That part is scary. Everybody need to learn from this, man. You hear what I'm saying? Put yes in the chat if you hear what I'm saying. Because what she's talking about is not false. Remember when Jamie said in the comments, Jaguar Wright is not always right, but she's necessary. This is one of those topics she's talking about that is necessary. When you go against the machine goes against you. That's fucking nuts.
Was forced to be spent on all of his very expensive legal fees. Then on top of that, the legal team that he had screwed him over.
Ooh.
And guess what? The lawyer,
that's tight.
She got her own TV show.
Oh my God.
Want to know what it's called? Reasonable Doubt.
Shut the...
Just like Jay-Z's.
Don't do that. It all goes back to Jay.
First album. Like the masters that just got auctioned off, that apparently he was too cheap to buy. Your first album? And you let the state of New York buy it, you're a billionaire. Meanwhile, you use the tanking that was done by Spiro lying about the offering. You do a lot of lying, Alex. You lied about the offering, tanked the sale. The state got it for barely $1 million, screwed over Dame Dash, had everybody go out on the internet, tell him he was a bad businessman while you just lost $500 million on a joint, a $50 joint that don't light. That's the power of the internet. Even if you're trying to do the right thing, those who are in power can still use technology to cut you down. The things that Nipsey Hussle was doing before he was unalived in front of his store.
Yeah, crazy.
The things that Tupac was trying to do. The unity that Suge Knight, Dame Dash, and who else, babe? They were trying, Irv Gotti, they were trying to start their own African-American company, just like Sam Cooke tried to do before he was unalived.
Stop, see?
See how that works?
See how that works? Come on.
Every time somebody tries to break the...
Oh, man. We're going to bypass this ad because they be trying to copyright me. And I'm going to go back down to the comments. It says, I'm here to watch Jaguar. Popcorn Planet, very lucky to have her. I agree, man. Because she's not always right. But she is necessary. Shout out to Jamie for that quote. Jaguar, you are a beautiful woman. Thank you for telling the truth. God bless and protect you. I feel the same way. But yeah, man, I'm going to have to cut it short, man. We out. Hip Hop Heist. I'll be back on in a little bit. I got to go pay some bills real quick. Hip Hop Heist, man. Like and subscribe. That shit helps out the channel. It's free. If you feel willing to continue to help, hit the Cash App, 432Jasper, spelled out. We are on the 432 hertz frequency. That's how this whole universe runs on. So, yeah, 432Jasper, all spelled out. And yeah, that's up to y'all. If y'all can't, if y'all don't, you know what I mean, don't feel forgot the word. What's the word? Man, if y'all can't help through the Cash App, just hit the like and subscribe. I'll be back in less than an hour. Yeah, I got to go pick up the kids. And, yep, soccer practice is over in 9 minutes. So, you know what I mean? Actually, all I want to tell y'all out there, be aware, be happy, and be cautious, because although this is all happening on in the internet for us, it's happening in real life for other people. So we have to keep them in mind, man, um, and just pray, man. And if you have something to give to a homeless person that's in the cold tonight, give it. Give that jacket that you don't wear, because people die because of the fucking cold. So we are blessed to be in house and to be warm. And if you're cold, at least you're not freezing to death. Oh, that was terrible, man. Hip hop ice. I love y'all, man. Peace, peace in the Middle East, peace in the Middle West, peace in the Middle North, and peace in the Middle South.